Hello and a very warm welcome to this third T20 International between Qatar and Oman women. We've had an absolutely fantastic series so far. Oman going 2-1 up, and this is a do or die situation for Qatar. Right, without further ado, let me introduce you to the two captains. We've got Aisha from Qatar and Priyanka from Oman, and overseeing the toss proceedings for today is the match ref, Miss Shivani Mishra. Aisha, you've got the coin. Can you give it a flip? Tails is the call, and it's come down as tails. Priyanka, you won the toss. What are you going to do and why?
We're going to go for batting first.
Any particular reasons for that?
Not really. I mean, it's a nice weather actually, quite windy, but still we want to bat to our strength.
And what do you make of the pitch?
Seems the same. I mean, more of the clay and muddy, but yeah, as the breeze is there, so yeah, we want to take advantage of it.
Right, they say don't fix what's not broken, so I believe you're going in with the same 11.
No, we do have one change in our playing 11.
And what is that?
We have Alifia going out and Amanda coming in.
All right, Priyanka, go well.
Thank you so much.
Aisha, lost the toss. Would you have batted first as well?
No, we would have put them to bat first, and that's what we got at the end. We know where to fix our issues, and we are coming back stronger today.
And what do you make the pitch?
I think it's a bit wet still, so I think it will benefit us when we are batting second. And yeah, just stay focused and make it simple. Yeah.
Are there any changes to your playing 11 for today?
No, it's the same team playing.
All right, thank you very much. Go well. Right, there we have it. The news from the centre out here is that Oman has won the toss and they have decided to make the first use of this pitch. Very good afternoon to one and all. Oman winning the toss, deciding to bat first, coming off the back of consecutive wins in the first two matches of this bilateral series. Confidence sky high. Another person whose confidence is skyrocketing at the moment is the opener on your screen, Gunasekar, JD Gunasekar. How well has he played all throughout this series as he gets away immediately, wrong line, clipped away, couple of runs to start off proceedings. It's been difficult to dislodge Gunasekar for Qatar in the first two games. He's particularly strong through the offside and straight down the ground, likes using her feet, shimmying down the track. And has an excellent temperament for an opener. She's been well supported by her partner Joshi on the other end, left hand, right hand combination. And together they've made life difficult for Qatar in the first two games. We've had two nail-biting contests prior to this, both games going right down to the wire. So there isn't really much in it in terms of the talent that both these sides possess. But Oman has been able to hold on to their nerves a lot better. Qatar have decided to go with the standard field. They've got a third man in position, fine leg, deep fine leg, the two players outside the 30-yard circle. They've got a slip in place as well. You have to reload that one. 6 fielders on the offside, 3 on the on. Down the ground, was there an opportunity? A straightforward chance early in the piece. Not the player you want to drop. Gunasekar. That might as well come back to haunt you later. She has that tendency to play slightly away from her body, slightly in front. An opportunity presenting itself early in the piece. Not accepted though. Clipped away for a single. Joshi's going to face her first ball. Qatar so desperately need redemption in this game. They need to come back into the series, make it 2-1 for them to have any chances of staying alive in this contest. No ball signaled. Maria struggled with her control in this series so far. And it wasn't helped by the fact that she overstepped on that last ball. Free hit coming up. And Oman would feel they have the right batter on strike in Gunasekar. The two umpires out in the middle, Mohammad Rulas and Shailesh Gajanan, umpiring in this series so far has been absolutely top-notch. And she takes the aerial route. That's her favorite zone. Up and over. And a boundary to finish over number 1. 1 done, Oman, 10 for none. Nakashi to start over number 2, driven for a single. She's operating with a similar feel to the first over. There's a third man in place, Steve Fineleg. A slip as well. That slip is quite wide as of now. As Gunasekar gets back on strike, a boundary to finish the first over. It'll be interesting to see how and if Qatar is able to prevent Gunasekar from scoring through her favorite offside region. She likes playing straight down the ground and through the offside. This time it was a hit-me ball. Lucky that she had protection at the boundary. Was slow, going down leg side and rather dying on its way towards the batter. A little disappointed perhaps Gunaseka to not have gotten more runs on that one. And once again down leg side, the control's been lacking from Qatar. It's quite windy out there, relatively hot today, mercury levels in and around that 30-degree mark. A bit of shape outside the left-hander, played with soft hands. That's what Joshi does so well. She's been doing it well all throughout this series. Not getting bogged down, rotating strike, and making sure those runs continue to come, even if they are in ones and twos. Once again, another wide. It's turning out to be quite a long over this. Only 3 out of 6 legitimate deliveries. Playing at a different time, this time around the third T20 International. Starting at 1 p.m. local time. Oh, a bit of a misfield, but good backing up. And not the easiest of conditions in terms of the weather at the moment. The wind is quite fast and high. Play down towards the onside. A dive is in and preventing the batters from getting more out of that shot. That's the kind of commitment they'd be hoping to see throughout this contest, Qatar. Once again, the opportunity presenting itself, but they have that area covered. A deep fine leg. A wavered over then comes to an end. 2 done. Oman 19 for none. Right, Aisha then, the captain herself, coming in to bowl the 3rd over. See her shaping the ball into the right-hander. This time there was no swing on offer, and this time Gunaseka had the width on offer. She's disappointed with her fielder there is Aisha. We'll have to wait on the replays to see what happened there with the fielding. But the ball was wide, no swing on offer, and all she had to do was time that ball all along the carpet. She scored 2 boundaries, and both of them through offside, although a couple of loose deliveries were bowled down leg side as well. But because of her muscle memory, a big appeal for stumping. They're pleading. They need that wicket badly. Just referring back to Gunaseka's strengths. There were a couple of deliveries bowled down leg side. They were half crackers, yet she wasn't really able to take full toll of it. Hence, accounting for more evidence of how Qatar needs to protect that offside when Gunaseka is batting. And once again, driven crisply, just a single. It's Joshi now back on strike. The pattern is pretty much the same for Oman as it was in the last game. Joshi taking a single, getting off strike, not facing as many deliveries, and then Gunaseka facing most deliveries. An outside edge. A few oohs and ahs. They're coming back for the second, taking the throw on. And that's excellent thinking by Joshi, realizing the fielder at third man was a bit slow off the blocks and didn't quite really have the strength to throw that ball in time. Seizing the initiative, seizing the opportunity. That's excellent cricket from Oman. It's time down leg side. Just a single, or are they looking for the second? No. Happy with the one. Oman looks a settled unit at the moment. They don't have a lot of big hitters in their lineup, but they have players who have their roles defined. Soft hands, gliding it away for a single. At the end of 3, Oman off to a rollicking start, 28 for 0. Looks of things, it's another bowling change for Qatar as Shaheen Khan is coming on to bowl her first. The run rate at the moment well over 9.33 to be precise. Oman earlier winning the toss, deciding to make the first use of this beautifully laid surface. Down leg side, starts off with a wide, and it's going to be more. The ball running down, and they'll be coming back for at least a couple of runs. Yeah, wide and byes signaled by the umpire. In fact, up in the air, was there an opportunity? Well, this is the second time in this innings then that she's ended up playing the ball a little early for her liking. There was a catch lobbed back straight to the bowler. Wasn't taken, and there again, you see her itching to be on the front foot. And the opportunity, what a catch! What a magnificent catch that is! That is the catch of the series. She had to dive to her left there, not her natural side, and managed to pluck it out of thin air. Qatar drawing first blood. Oman are now 32 for 1. Well, let's roll the replays. The ball slightly wide, trying to cut it. The fielder was positioned there and diving full length. What a sight. What a sight that is. Inspirational. The new batter is in. Down leg side, there have been quite a few of those balls bowled already. Another wide by Shaheen. Two offside, up in the air. Has he been able to evade the fielder? By judging by the reactions, it seemed like there was an opportunity. Is that another drop catch? We'll wait and see in the replays. Hina Javed. Has she been given a life? First ball. Classic. 1 minute up, the next minute down. They haven't been short of talent and potential, this Qatar team. Oh, another outside edge, another opportunity. And what's happening there? An appeal for a run out as well. Comedy of errors. Unbelievable. We've been nothing short of action so far. Difficult chance. But then Gunaseka, she was going nowhere with her calling and almost getting run out in the process. It's a hot spot, that fielder who's now moved to probably fifth slip, but doesn't really matter when Gunaseka decides to go over the top. A dive is in, all in vain though, as she so often does. Gunaseka ends the over with a boundary. Oman are 38 for 1 after 4. able to pick up a wicket, but that hasn't stopped or curtailed the flow of runs. They're going at 9.5 to the over. Oman, a change in bowling, almost change in fortunes as well. Chopping it back on almost. Hina Javed would consider herself lucky. She's been out there 2 balls, had a drop catch on the first ball and then almost hitting that ball back onto the stumps. Running hard, running through for a single. Outside 8, streakish, and run out opportunity. She wanted the fielder to do better, and a better throw would have had the batter in all sorts of trouble. Wasn't in control of that shot, coming off the outside half of the bat, and well, I wonder whether the keeper there was able to collect it cleanly. Anyways, another opportunity. Well, this is the third T20I between these two sides, and we've not been short of any drama and action. 2 very close games, and this one is likely to be closely contested as well, as Hina Javed threads that one through the offside to bring up her first boundary. There was width on offer and an opportunity for Hina Javed to free her arms. This time a little shorter, pushing it for a single. It's not the fastest of runners between the wickets, that's for sure. Been played in all the right spirit, this game, between these two sides. A lot of respect and camaraderie off the field, very competitive on it. But they've been quite respectful and friendly off the field. Slightly wide, inviting the drive. 1 over to go to the end of the power play. Oman are 45 for 1. Shaheen Khan just bowled the 1 over, picked up a wicket, was a bit expensive and struggled with the control, but she's been kept on. by the skipper. And she comes again. Played through the offside. They're looking for a single. Will get there quite easily in the end. It was interesting speaking to the Qatari captain Aisha at the toss, and she mentioned that they wanted to bowl first in this contest. They're a side who prefer chasing. Down leg side, given as a wide. They have been chasing all throughout this series. Yet to get over the line today, do or die situation for them. And they'd be hoping to get over the line finally. Nicely played. That's a very familiar sight with Gunasekar. In fact, she's able to find the gap as well. Merely seemed to have hit it. And yet that ball raced away. Faster than the Ferrari on Salwa Road. Gunasekar continuing in her merry ways. Hit a purple patch in this series, one of the highest scorers already. And Qatar have found very, very difficult to dismiss her. She did present a chance early in this innings, wasn't accepted. And now Qatar might be thinking they might as well have to pay a price for that. Played away, and she has to rush once again for that single. Two more deliveries to go again at the power play, so we might expect Gunasekar to free her arms, look for a boundary. And free her arms, she does. Down the ground. Wasn't the best of deliveries either. Full toss. And taking full toll was Gunasekar. Moves on to 31 now. And that run rate now climbing up to 9.77. I like that fielder at the cover boundary for Gunasekar. They finally realized they need to protect that boundary when she's batting. But this time she's gone squarer. Yeah, it goes to that fielder though. That fielder is in action. They saved a boundary courtesy that fielder actually. As the power play comes to an end, Oman now are 59 for 1. And for one, end of the power play. They'd be quite happy with the start. As Kandiru comes onto ball. Last wicket fell on 32, so this partnership almost 30 between Hina Javed and Gunasekar. Cut away, going through for a single. And Gunasekar is quite quick. Very, very quick off her blocks. Getting there comfortably for a single. Once again, that's the area they need to protect when she's batting. Don't give her a single there, and a bit of a misfield. He's on 35 now already of just 24 deliveries. Now this is where Qatar might want to seize the initiative. They've been regularly able to find boundaries in the power play. A bit of a mix-up there and a misfield to go with it. Right, so just talking about Oman's tendency to hit big in the power play and then they slow down a little. We saw that in the previous games as well. The last 10 overs is the challenging period for them. That does not yield as many runs as they would like. Qatar thought bowled well in the last game, particularly in the last half, compared to the first game. Fewer extras. There will be a question mark on their running between the wickets, as in the last game. That was a major concern. Opportunity for them to make amends in this game, as another misfield though. Allowing the batter to cross over for another single as over number 7 comes to a close. Oman now are 65 for 1. Right, it's the Qatari trump guard who's been asked to come into bowl and see if she can pick up a wicket. So often is the case when Khatija comes onto bowl. Down the track and in the gap as well. She'll be looking to come back for the second, does so quite comfortably. Gunasekar nearing yet another milestone. 1 short of 40, 10 runs, 11 runs short of 50. Once again, using the feet and a half-hearted appeal. He does get some turn, does Khadija. Right arm leg spin. And Bowls with decent control. It's not the easiest of arts to master the leg spin bowling. Requires a great degree of control and precision. And a full toss. Two of the bowls in this over so far have been full tosses. When she is able to pitch them, there's a bit of purchase and turn. Once again, in two minds, Gunasekar going down the track and not really going through with the shot, with the drive she would have liked to. Maybe a bit circumspect, a bit wary as well of that ball turning away from her. Last second, just dabbing it for a single. Oh, almost through her. Perilously close to the stumps. Let's watch that again. I think it was the off spinner this time that she tried. Missing the line completely, going across the line, but just managing to slide her foot in last second. Yeah, another off spinner. As Khatija ends over number 8. Oman are 69 for 1. Well, another bowling change then. Kandiru has been taken off the attack. And they've decided to go with some leg spin now. Qatar. Sarvanakam to bowl her first over. Krishita. This time it was a little short. And Gunasekar comfortably playing it off the back foot. Krishita Sarvanakumar. Right arm leg spin. Not a lot of turn on offer, and she's been able to find the gap and find the fence, courtesy, misfield at the boundary. Disappointing effort there in the field. It was wide and well, that should have been stopped. Extremely ordinary there. Once again, slightly wide. And another single to Gunasekar. looking for a single but decide against it. It's been not a bad over by Sravana Kumar. Running the first one hard, but they don't want to take that bowling arm on, so happy with the single. Over number 9 comes to a close. Oman are 76 for 1. On this partnership between Hina Javed and JD Guna Sekar, growing and growing in stature. 11 overs remaining now. The predicted score is around 176. They'll do well to get there because generally they've found it hard to score boundaries post power play. It's been the pattern so far in this series. Lighted up, driven, and as so often is the case, when Khatija comes on to bowl, the trump card working once again for Qatar. Lighted up, inviting the drive, and straight into the hands of the captain it went. Yeah, no control over that shot. And she's got a safe pair of hands, Aisha. And in they enjoy it. Oman 76 for 2 now. New batter in now, is in now. A wicket being picked up. The captain, Priyanka Mendonca, is out there in the middle. It's a very similar pattern to the previous games, this. Oman getting off to a safe start. Khadija coming in, picking up a wicket. It's also almost an action replay of the previous games. In the meantime, is nearing her half century, batting on 46 of just 34 deliveries. We're talking about big hittings. If anyone can do it, it's that batter in your screen right now, in the frame right now. Mendonca, as overthrows been given away. He seemed to be somebody who packs a punch, has the ability to hit big. And that's what Oman needs at this stage. They need that extra insurance for themselves. They'll be wary of Qatar's batting, and that's been threaded through. Nonchalant. The Qatari skipper getting her first boundary. End of over number 10. Oman 84 for 2. Swept away and played straight into the hands of the fielder, looking for the second, not on. Happy with the single. She's got 10 overs to settle in and go absolutely berserk towards the end. Mendonca. What a stroke she played to get off the mark last over through the offside. Timing it to perfection. He wanted to go once again, but realizing it was a bit too wide, allowing it to go through to the keeper. Nicely bowled. Krishita bowling it within the line of the stumps. Not easy to control leg spin. And when you're bowling to a player like Mendonca, you'd be wary of giving any width, because he has the ability to capitalize on any loose balls. Again, wide. The extras tally. Rising, quite a few wides have been bowled in this inning so far. They'll be keeping an eye on that. The Qatari coach, Saman in particular, works really hard with these girls behind the scene as that ball is gently played away through the offside. Gunasekar now too shy of her half century. I believe she's now the highest scorer as well in this tournament, in this series rather. Oh, a bit of drift. Nicely bowled, and Mendonca giving it the respect it deserved. A bit of drift. And the ball spinning after pitching. The final two balls coming up. And this time she makes some room, plays it through to the offside fielder. Two wides in this over, and the last ball coming up. Flighted. She's gone after it, and she's hit it straight into the hands of the fielder. Well, well, well. What was happening there? It was a loose delivery. She had ample time to see it and hit it anywhere she would have liked. Ended up skying it straight into the hands of the fielder. It was well taken as well. Another one down. A key wicket for Qatar at this stage. Oman now are 89 for 3. Safe hands. Timely wicket now for Qatar. 9 more overs to come after this. They'll be hoping to restrict Qatar to a score of around 140, 145. But they need to get this batter out. Gunaseka, one shy now of her half century. Has been out there ever since the beginning of play. And she's looking to take this game away from Qatar. Is Hina. Left-hander. Khadija into a third over. She's conceded 13 runs and picked up a wicket as well. These Qatari spinners doing a decent job in the mid-overs. Post power play, they've been able to pick up a couple of wickets and also put a lid on the scoring, which is essential at this stage. This time it was wrong line. Lucky, there was protection out of the boundary. One run to get then for Gunaseka to complete her half century, and there she goes. What a knock She's been the most consistent player for Oman all throughout this series, and yet again, without anyone noticing, getting to her half century. That's how easily she has done it. 50 not out of 39 deliveries, and she'd be looking to carry her bat through this innings. Down leg side, the fielder will have a bit of chasing job to do and does so in the end, keeping it down to just the two. She's been such a reliable batter for Oman, Gunasekar, the highest scorer in this series. And doesn't seem to have many weaknesses when it comes to her batting either. Well, that's been signaled as a wide by the umpire. Hina losing her radar, bowling a few balls down leg side. She's got to be a bit wary of that line. This time better. Played away, straight down the ground. A single then to finish over number 12. Oman are 97 for 3. Krishitha into her third over now. She's given away 12 runs. Starting off with a bit of flight. All the action brought to you live from the West End International Cricket Stadium in Doha, Qatar. I'd like to thank once again Mr. Khalid Al Suwaidi for his incredible efforts in making this series happen. Parallel series going on in between as well, between Qatar and Bahrain men. Full marks to each and every person for their indefatigable hard work and commitment towards making this series happen. From the ground staff to the umpires to the referee to the curators, everyone has worked day and night to make sure that this series happens seamlessly. And as we speak, it's another wicket. Lob back straight to the bowler. She'd been bowling well, Krishitha. And she picks up another wicket, second for her. And almost half the Omani side back in the hut now. Let's have a look at that replay. Going slightly wide of the crease, pitching outside that off stump, turning back in. And a loose shot in the end, a simple caught and bowled opportunity and gleefully accepted. One shy of 100 Oman now are 99 for 4. Running comes the new batter. There's a big appeal for a leg before. And the finger, the dreaded finger of the umpire has gone up. Qatar have gone bang bang with those 2 wickets. Against the run of play. Trupti Babaji, first ball going across the line. I can't really get an angle from there to see where it pitched. But she was guilty of playing across the line, a poor shot. She was hoping against hope. But in the end, the umpire's finger goes up. And Krishita is on a hat-trick. There we go then, the hat-trick ball coming up. No change in the field. And a wide ball, so she'll have to re-bowl that one. Here we go then. Oh, what a delivery that was. Pitching and leaving the batter last second. Lucky not to have gotten an outside edge. What an over this is turning out to be, and again that shape away from the right-hander, causing all sorts of trouble. What an incredible over, a game turning over as 100 is up for Oman with half their side back in the hut. Kandiru to start her third over. Sharvana Kumar getting 2 wickets and 2 balls last over. Was on a hat-trick and bowled an excellent hat-trick ball as well. Was unfortunate to not have the batter nicked off. But she's opened the floodgates now for Oman. They keep getting better with their bowling in this series, getting better and better. First match of the series gone high up in the air. This is an opportunity, is it? Nope. landing safely in the end. The first game, Oman scored 150 odd runs, and the second they scored less, around 140, and now it seems that this might be the lowest score for Oman in this series. Keep knocking at the door. Do Qatar. Getting very close to victory in the first two contests. And this might be the day. They've been quite resilient and relentless. Not giving up. Their body language has been great to watch. They're hungry to win. And this is their opportunity now. If they are able to pick up Gunasekhar's wicket, who's been a lone warrior for them today, Oman, they'll be well within business. And we need that for the series as well to come alive. They've played excellent cricket both sides so far. As over number 14 comes to a close, Oman 104 for 5. Well, what's happening there? There's an appeal, is there? And a run-out opportunity. The batter safely home in the end. Oh, she's bowled her, Khadija. What a big wicket as well at this stage. Gunasekar has been cleaned up. They've cast a web of spin in this contest, Qatar, and they've been able to pick up timely wickets. A huge one there. They've finally been able to get rid of Gunasekar for 58 runs. Have a look at that. Trying to play her signature shot, going down the ground. But yoked herself in the end. Too full for her to be able to play that shot she was intending to. Qatar now into the Omani tail. 4 more wickets left. And the run rate dropping close to 7. Up in the air, is there an opportunity? Just dropping short, 1 bounce to the fielder. A throw is in. Looking for a run out too. Last ball of the over coming up. They're asking for some kind of signal made towards the pavilion. I have to wait and see what that is. The extra player is running into the field. We have to wait and see what happened there. Players from both sides. I think it's the bowler who needs some attention there. The physio is out there with all the other extra players on the bench. Hopefully nothing serious. In the meantime, we'll take a short break. Put away, swept away, straight to the fielder. No. She misfields, allowing the batters to come back for another run. And a successful over for Qatar, then picking up the prize scalp. I'm going to say Oman now are 122 for 6. Gone back to pace now. Brother Shaheen Khan, she's been a bit expensive, conceding 24 runs in her 2 overs. He would want to finish strongly here, though. Doesn't want to let go of the pressure that the spinners have been able to build up and apply. There's 3 more overs left, and there are 2 relatively new batters out in the middle. Saldana, though, has been able to, against the run of play, score a boundary, a welcome boundary for Oman, ending the drought. A change in bowling, and Oman all of a sudden feel like they have an opportunity. Saldana, in fact, it was Samira Khan there scoring that boundary. And once again, she goes in the same area, but there is protection that time. So it'll only be a single. The new batter is now on strike. Played away for a single. Seven runs of the over so far, with 1 delivery to go. Oman once again nearing that total. 140, although they've lost regular wickets after the power play. 2 more overs left. Oman are 130 for 6. Samna Kashi then to bowl her second over. She's gone for 9 runs so far. Long break for her from bowling, and she starts off with a no ball. This is not what Qatar want. The pacers coming back and undoing all the good work that had preceded. It's okay if the runs are coming off the bat, but you don't want to be giving those extras at this stage of the innings. Overstepping, and it'll also be a free hit. And another wide, down offside that time. There was a free hit opportunity. She hasn't really timed it. Just a single, so the damage right now is being done more through the extras rather than with the bat. That's something that Qatar will be mindful of. Still another 11 deliveries to go. And a diving effort there. The ball is running away to the boundary. The fielder from that long off had come inside the 30-yard circle. And all Samira had to do was to clear her, and she did so successfully. So all of a sudden, the momentum is coming back to Oman. Samira Khan is playing an absolute blinder. This time she goes onside. The fielder coming across. The slide is in, but they come back for the second. That's good intensity. Very, very good intensity there from the two batters. And 140 is up now, and Oman would feel they're reaching that zone of safety. They had an excellent opportunity to restrict Oman to a total of under 140 when the spinners were operating. But all of that has changed now as another shot played down the ground, another couple of runs. So ever since the reintroduction of pace, the runs are beginning to flow. Final two balls coming up of the 19th over. Samira Khan, what a knock has she played. Was tasked with the recovery job after Oman lost successive wickets, consecutive dismissals. How well has she taken on that role? And here she is, making sure that her side gets to that safety net and get to that total of around 150. She plays it through onside. It's coming right towards the comm box, all along the carpet, and another boundary to finish the over. 146 for 6 with 1 over to go. Passage of play for Oman. They were losing wickets, lost their way a little bit, but Samira Khan has brought them right in control yet again. A bit of a mix-up there, run-out opportunity. But they'll be happy, Oman. Happier of the two sides. Qatar, so far in this series, haven't been able to chase a score of in excess of 140. A dot ball, so crucial, so critical this last over. A couple of dot balls. They haven't been able to chase it down, but they were within touching distance, so it's not that they would feel this target is out of their reach as she's able to cut that ball, but straight to the fielder, to short third man, just a single. Full toss, not able to get the timing she would have liked. Another dot ball, so this is turning out to be an outstanding last over. Just the one run off it. Samira is the right person to be on strike for Oman. She'd be looking for a boundary. The long off is coming in. That's where she'll probably be targeting. She's strong on the onside. Onside, she goes up in the air. And what a result. An excellent result once again. Another boundary for Samira Khan. Just when there was a bit of pressure building, 150 comes up for Oman. 151 for 6. As we look at that ball again, heaving it through onside. She's favored that area, the fielder probably losing it in the background. For a moment I thought there was an opportunity for that catch to be taken. Final ball of the innings coming up. She goes straight down the ground, and there is nobody protecting that area down the ground. Consecutive boundaries. Just the kind of strong finish that Oman was hoping for. It has been a seesaw of a contest, but in the end I think Oman would go out with just their noses in front. As we look at the match summary, in their 20 overs, Oman scoring 155 for 6. Gunasekar yet again the pick of the scorers. Well supported by Samira Khan, has to be said. For Qatar, Sravana Kumar was the one who turned this game around, bringing her side back in the hunt. Spinners, in fact, doing an excellent job. Khadija and Sravana Kumar right at the bottom there, picking up 5 wickets between themselves and going at an economy rate below 8. The pacers, however, the likes of Amna Kashif and Maria Jacob, Shahreen Khan as well, were rather expensive. They have been under the pump all throughout the series. Right, we'll take a short break then, and we'll be back with the Qatari chase. Very warm welcome back to the Western International Cricket Stadium in Doha, Qatar. We're live here for the third T20I between Oman and Qatar women. Oman batting first, scoring in excess of 150 runs, and this is going to be a tough ask for Qatar, the way things have gone. But Kandiru seems to be in other moods today. Picking up a boundary, first boundary for Qatar. Striking it into the onside through that deep mid-wicket boundary to bring up her first boundary and Qatar's as well. This time it was short. She's particularly strong through that onside region. Can't help but feel that this might as well be another very close contest between these two evenly matched sides. Although Oman are 2-1 up in the series, but in terms of talent and ability, there's nothing to choose between these two teams. Last ball of the over coming up. Go straight to the field. A safe start for Qatar. 1 done. They are 6 for none. The second over to start then for Qatar. They've gone off to a reasonable start. A boundary with the first over. These two batters, they need to stay out there and provide their team with a blazing start. Required run rate is 7.96. They know it's not going to be easy post that power play, so might as well try to get as many as possible in the first 6. They're very capable of doing it. And this time Emmanuel goes over the top. There is an opportunity for a catch. And well, she's failed to judge that ball. It looked like she was going to take it comfortably at one stage. Had to run back. And in the end, just not able to get there. Roll on the replays. Yep, running back. A life given early in the piece. And he's a dangerous customer, but another one, another opportunity. A half-hearted push at it. Falling short yet again. Oh, played in the miss. Outside that off stump. Flirting with danger, playing away from the body. Not much movement on offer. But not getting to the pitch of the ball, the batter on that occasion, Kandiru. Offside is not her strength in general. Likes to tongue the ball through onside, and that's what she does most of the time. When the ball is pitched outside that off stump, tries to dab it and run for a single. It's been a very good over though, this one. Afida Aftab, just the 2 runs off it. The required run rate is climbing. And a dot ball to finish. An excellent second over then from Afida. Qatar, after 2, are 8 for none. Mendonica, the captain, for a change, coming on to bowl herself inside the power play. Change in tactics, change in plan. And she's probably taken this decision based on what she witnessed in the first innings with how Qatari spinners had a strong hold on this game, realizing the ball is probably stopping a little and there's a bit of turn on offer. Also, she's quite mindful of how Emmanuel loves playing against pace. We saw that in the last game, how she took the bowling apart. Bit wide of the crease. And Kandiru goes with the angle. This outfield is fast, but not fast enough. 2 fielders converging, one of them picking up the ball, returning it to the wicket keeper. And they keep it down to just the 2. Once again, down leg side. Once again, wrong line. She is particularly strong in that zone, is Kandiru. And hence why they have protection down there at the boundary, a deep backward square leg. And another fielder at deep mid-wicket, so they have done their homework against these 2 batters. Both of them like to score heavily on the onside. And they've got that area protected. I like this approach from Oman, being quite proactive, even though they've won the first 2 games, but refusing to sit on their laurels. And an excellent last ball to finish within the line of the stumps, no width provided. End of over number 3. Qatar in a bit of trouble now. A slow start for them, are 12 for none. .155 for 6 is what Oman scored, winning the toss, batting first. Quite a competitive target, that, for Qatar. We've seen that in the first few games that have been played. between Qatar, Bahrain and Qatar women versus Oman women as well. The run rate required now has climbed up to 8.50. It's interesting how Aftab is operating with a slightly different plan for Abhimanyu. She's got deep extra cover field around. In fact, that's been moved and is now in position to defend that onside boundary. So the plan is quite clear. They've done their homework against both these batters. They want to protect that onside. So hence 2 fielders outside that 30-yard circle. That is extremely efficient captaincy. They've been very, very proactive. And I wonder if Qatar has an answer now to those tactics by Oman. They've blocked their scoring areas. Stopping them from scoring heavily where they prefer to. And does Qatar have an answer to that? Kandiru has to do something which she is not comfortable doing. Play through that offside, play down the ground. Driven, but not enough legs. But an overthrow would probably allow them to come back for the second. Yes, comfortably back for the second. But as long as there are no boundaries in the power play, Oman wouldn't be so worried. Last ball of over number 4 coming up. Only 4 off it again. Desperately need a boundary, does Qatar at this stage. Once again, drilled and gap found, but again, not enough legs on it. Not the timing she would have hoped for, so only a couple to end over number 4. Qatar now are 18 for 0. Priyanka to continue into her 3rd over. Another dot ball. Over the top, she hasn't really gotten hold of it. There is a fielder coming underneath it, and it's been accepted comfortably. Right into the bucket. Mandunka, the pressure was building. One dot ball after the other, and finally, something had to give. Qatar losing the batter in form, and they're in deep trouble now. 18 for 1 at 4.2. Wicket number 1 then for Oman. You're well in top on this contest and on the verge of completing a series win. And run-out opportunity. Looks close. The umpire is taking his time. There was a bit of doubt again, so understandably going in favor of the batter. As we look at that once again, and wow, that was probably closer than we initially thought. But in cricket, as they say, if there is any doubt, it goes in favor of the batter. And this time it was a little short, but once again, they've got protection down at the boundary. So, no damage done. Another delivery that goes by without a boundary being scored. And each time that happens, pressure will build. This is the second last over, remember, before the power play ends. A dot ball. He's bowled brilliantly well so far, Mendonca, in this over. Picked up a wicket and has given away only 3 runs. The required run rate now almost touching 9. A bit flighted, straight to the fielder though. Fumbles, and they're coming back for the second. That's the last thing they need at this stage. A miscommunicated run out. End of over number 5. Qatar are 22 for 1. Last over of the power play coming up. Have to do something about these dot balls now. Required run rate exceeding 9 per over. That is alarming. Goes onside, but yet again finding that fielder. Can't help but think at this stage that if Qatar feel that they are to go down, they have to go down swinging. As Krishita Shravanna Kumar has made her way out in the middle. Did a brilliant job with the ball early in this innings. But how desperately does her team need her to deliver with the bat? Last 3 balls of the power play tucked away for just a single. They're running hard. Third T20 International between Qatar and Oman being played at the Western International Cricket Stadium in Doha, Qatar. Brought to you live by Qatar Cricket Association through our YouTube channel. A do or die contest for the home side. And at the moment, it looks like it's going to be a tough ask for them getting to that total set by Oman of 155 runs. A dot ball to finish the power play. 6 done. Qatar, a 25 for 1. A power play belonging clearly to the visiting side. The reserve players coming in last over, carrying a message for the two batters. They need to up the ante here. They can't just afford to keep defending. Rotation of the strike is critical at this stage because at the moment they're going nowhere with their run rate, falling well below. In fact, current run rate of 4.05 is well below par. See a lot of spin from Oman from this time onwards. As Shushantika Ashok coming on to bowl her first over. And she's been given this role right after the power play. Has bowled reasonably well in this series, putting the brakes on the scoring and making sure that she helps in choking the opposition as much as possible. Cut away, but another defensive looking shot. Just another single. Well, what have they done so well, Oman, in this series, that they look to be the better side? They look to be better organized. It's not about the talent necessarily. They're very evenly matched in terms of the resources they've got in the batting and the fielding department. A misfield there, allowing the batters to come back for the second. Just referring back to the way they've utilized these resources, the Omani team, they've been very proactive, made changes that suited their strength. For example, today, after the second game, they would have realized how the opening batters of Qatar are particularly strong through the onside. So they covered those areas on the onside with deep backward square leg and a deep mid-wicket in position. That's where most of the boundaries were scored by the Qatari batters. So very good strategy from them. Also, they read the script perfectly with this pitch. Starting with spin. Priyanka coming on to bowl herself inside the power play. And that has clearly paid dividends, as Qatar now are well and truly on the back foot. 7 overs done. Qatar are 30 for 1. Eighth over in progress, and still the intent is quite questionable from Kandiru, looking to work the ball away, push it, rather than giving it a full swing, because that's exactly what they need at this stage. They need runs. And that's better, but again, finding the fielder. Just a single. The run rate required now nearing almost 10. With every dot ball, the pressure will build. And as you speak, in fact, the required run rate is exactly 10. Only the 1 wicket lost, so they can definitely afford to go after the bowling. No doubt about that. As that ball's been driven through the offside. Coming back for the second, this could be close. The throw is not strong enough. So a comfortable second run completed. He goes over the top, and that's a clean strike. Come back for another couple of runs. That swing of the bat was extremely likable from Shravanna Kumar. The bat came down at a perfect angle. Once again, using the feet, looking good with that drive. Presenting the full face of the bat. End of over number 8. Qatar are 36 for 1. Over. And another mistimed stroke. Bringing the right batter on strike though. Savannah Kumar seems to be someone who has the right kind of technique needed at this stage. Nicely bowled. A bit full, slightly outside that off stump. Savannah was probably a bit unsure whether that ball is going to come back in or go away. Playing close to her body. Ball once again, he's not sure. That's why she's not committing onto the front foot. I don't think she bowls a googly or a shook. Once again, another dot ball. She's been found wanting against Shushantika Ashok, that's for sure. Goes down the ground. Nicely played, but goes straight to the fielder as over number 9 comes to a close. Qatar now way behind the required run rate, 38 for 1. A huge appeal, they're almost pleading there. Looked very, very close. On the first impression. Let's roll the replays and see what happened there. Pitching in line and probably leaving the batter. Striking her just outside that off stump, so an excellent decision there by the umpire. Oh, a bit of turn. Leaning her into the drive. The foot nowhere near the pitch of the ball. They're falling behind clearly, Qatar, with the required run rate. And another close call there. Agonizingly close to that off stump. Is mounting. The required run rate climbing to 11.24. Another dot ball. Well, this is just ununderstandable though. Either you strike big, keep up with the required run rate, or you might as well give your wicket away. There's no point hanging around. If you are to go down, you got to go down swinging. Through the onside, but only a single. So another outstanding over from Oman so far. Only one run coming off it. De Costa following on the footsteps of the previous bowlers, keeping it tight. Over number 10 finishes with a single at the halfway mark. Qatar are 40 for 1. Oman batting first, scoring 155 for 6. And Qatar in reply haven't been up to the mark. It's time for drinks. We'll see you in about 5 minutes from now. Action. 10 overs done, Qatar 40 for 1. And an opportunity for a stumping there. Not to be in the end. Let's have a look at that replay again. That ball bowled just in and around that off-stump area and then leaving the batter at the last moment. He's quite happy to not play away from the body, Srivanna not commit onto the front foot because she's wary of that ball coming back in. Not sure if that's going to happen with the leg spinner in operation. She doesn't seem to have a goog lead. Ashok. So she can slightly afford to play away from the body if she likes. Using her feet there, it's gone up in the air. A couple of bounces. And a couple of runs. They've still got 9 wickets in hand. They've got a humongous task ahead of them, 113 more runs to win. 56 balls remaining to keep themselves alive in the series. An extremely important contest. This for Qatar, and she's gone down the track. Hasn't been able to get back. And in the process, Qatar have lost their second wicket. And it's Kandiru. She was probably going nowhere with this innings. But it's understandable. Perishing in the cause, finally. Good piece of bowling once again from Ashok. He's maintained that line right outside the off stump. And she continues to get that spin. As we see there, no chance. Falling over and an easy stumping chance for the keeper. This is an interesting decision from Qatar. Aisha choosing not to come out to bat. Despite being the strongest striker in this Qatar side, somebody who packs a punch, the only player to have been able to hit sixes, in fact, in the series. For some reason, for some odd reason, she's decided to stay back in the pavilion. Played away through the offside. Another dot ball. And the forward number 11, Qatar, way behind from where they need to be. 43 for 2 they are at the end of 11. Starting 11, number 12 would be Trupti Bab. Got so many spin options up their sleeve, Oman. The evolution of spin bowling has been amazing. Signal a no ball above waist height, a comfortable decision there from the umpire. So a free hit coming up. Speak about that aspect of spin bowling after this ball. It's going to be a free hit. An opportunity for Qatar to seize some momentum against the run of play. It's small moments like these that can go a long way. They've got a new batter on strike though. Oman taking their time, making sure all the fielders are in the right position. using her feet down the track, and it wasn't good enough. No power behind that shot, going straight to the fielder. Dropped catch, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. It was a free hit. And she comes again, triply down the ground. And this time, she's found the gap as well. Well, what's happening there? They've got an extra fielder on the field. Let's have a look at that shot again. Good swing of the bat. In her zone, it was slightly overpitched. And the fielder outside the boundary was taken by surprise. Beautifully played. Looks so good, pleasing on the eye. Does Rashida. As 50 comes up for Qatar, they're 50 for 2 in 11.4. Oh, a mistimed stroke. A dot ball to finish over number 12. Oman well and truly on top at the end of 12. Qatar are 51 for 2. Shaheen Khan goes down the ground for a single. 105 more runs to win of 7.5 overs. Ashok into her last over. She's bowled 3 overs, 3.1. 1 wicket for 11. Has been extremely miserly. Has applied the choke hold on this innings. And at the moment, the batters are really unsure where their next runs are going to come from. Played down to the fielder at deep mid-wicket. Though she's looked really, really good in this innings. Krishita. She's only scored 17 of the 26 deliveries faced. Another dot ball then. Piling up the pressure. You're just speaking about this Oman side again. They are an extremely well-knit unit led by the capable leadership of Priyanka. Seems to have a very cool head on her shoulders, knows what she is doing, be it her field placements or bowling changes. She's made all the right calls in the series so far, and hence Oman find themselves on the verge of winning this 2026 bilateral series between Qatar Qatar women and Oman women. End of Ashok's spell then. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Conceding 14 runs and picking up a wicket in 4 overs. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Right, you cannot keep her away from the game. Here she is again, this time with the ball. J.D. Gunasekar into the attack. She's a central part of this Omani lineup. Player of the match in the first 2 games, and tell you what, she might as well make it 3-3 after this contest. Scoring a half-century early, and if she picks up a couple of wickets, she will be the uncontested player of the match. What's happening there? Byes come in, missed by the keeper. She goes over the top, does Sravanna, but doesn't quite have the legs on it. They'll come back for the second. So a bit of momentum coming their way then. Played away through the offside. They'll get only a single. The final 2 balls of this over remaining. It's been a slightly better one for Oman. For Qatar, I beg your pardon. Oh, there's a big appeal for Agbafor, and the finger has gone up. Was a pretty straightforward decision, trying to be cheeky there. The batter being hit in front of the stumps, the ball pitching slightly wide outside the off stump. And she'd exposed her leg stump. It was visible while she was attempting to play that shot. A pretty straightforward decision for the umpire. The last ball of the over coming up, and a successful one for Oman. A wicket and 7 runs off it. Qatar now are 62 for 3. Beginning of a new over is the captain coming back into the attack. Fifteenth over in progress. Down leg side, wrong line. It'll only be a single. Coming back comfortably. In fact, tapped away through towards offside. We'll get another single here. Just going through motions now. These Qatari batters, they've been left with too much to do in the end. They've got 7 wickets in hand. However, the required run rate has gone out through the roof. This is the 15th over in progress. Just another single. Singles won't hurt Oman at this stage. They're well and truly in the driver's seat, with Qatar requiring 89 more runs of 32 deliveries. That's almost 3 runs per ball. In comes Aisha, the skipper. A lot of question marks on why she couldn't come on to bat earlier. As of now, it's probably too much of an ask for even herself. Mendonca, in the meantime, the opposition skipper, will bowl out. Again, another good-looking shot, but hasn't quite got the power. Be only a single as Mendonca, Priyanka Mendonca, the skipper, finishes off her spell. And it's been an economical one. 4 overs, 1 wicket for 21 runs. A new over coming up. Gunasekar, I think, has been taken off the attack. Yes, indeed. Despite the fact that she picked up a wicket. And Aisha goes through the onside. And it's such a shame she wasn't out there earlier. That's what we were talking about. The only batter to have managed to hit 6s in this series, and she was sitting in the pavilion up until this point when it's probably too much to do for her. Beaten outside the off stump. Goes straight down the ground. Just a single. Just a matter of time now for Oman to wrap up this series in the 3rd game. There are 2 more games to come. A bit high. They're asking for a no ball, are they? No, it's fine. A bit more leverage there for a spinner. And that's an easy single there for Aisha, eventually deciding to go. And if another over then, Qatar are 77 for 3. Some pace being introduced. Reintroduction of pace. Samira Khan coming into the attack. Scored a blistering 41 earlier, helping her side get to a total of 155 in the end. Was helped by 5 fours in that innings. As Krishita goes over the top, and this time she will find the fence. A much needed boundary, a much awaited boundary, a boundary drought ending with that shot by Krishita. Something for the home side to cheer about. Trying to hit it hard, but not finding the meat of the bat, and almost a run-out opportunity. That's one area that Qatar has improved on from the last game. Too many run-outs in the previous match. Just referring back to Samira Khan's effort with the bat. She hit 5 boundaries, scored 41 runs of 29 balls, and played only 8 dot balls in the process. Consolidating Gunasekhar's effort at the top. Scored 58 as another very nice looking shot down the ground, and a bit of misfield as well. The ball is rolling away. The umpire might just want to check that one. Yes, they are checking. And deciding in the end that it's fine. The fielder managing to keep that ball inside the playing field. Another heave across the line, and another instance of her finding the fielder, but they take advantage of that misfield by the bowler and run through for a second. End of over number 17. Qatar requiring 71 runs in the last 18 deliveries. Start of over number 18. And just a matter of time now that Oman wrap up this series. It's been an outstanding effort by them, ticking a lot of boxes in the process, whether it's in the field, fielding, batting, bowling. They've shown a lot of versatility and have played together as a unit. Asha goes over the top, but, well, for a moment I thought there was a straightforward opportunity. The fielder was waiting for it. Hard hands in the end. The ball pops out. So a life given to the Qatari captain. Doesn't really matter much at this stage. But a bit of an anti-contrast to how Oman has played this series. They've taken most of their chances. What a shot that is by Aisha. Swept all along the carpet. And there was a bit of power and nonchalant attitude behind that. Moving on to 17 of 13, and if she had gotten that early in the innings, probably around the 7th, 8th over mark, it would have given her side a chance. Goes onside once again. Will try and look to come back for the second. Does so quite comfortably. The scorecard all of a sudden is moving. But it's moving too late in the piece. Can't help but feel it's already too late. With 62 runs needed on 13 deliveries. End of over number 18, Qatar 95 for 3. This is the start of over number 19 then. Qatar requiring 61, unlikely 61 runs to win, and a run-out opportunity. Missed. Huge shout for leg before, clearly high, and a run-out opportunity at the same time. And overthrows. And even so late in the piece and with this game dead and buried, we're still not short of any drama. It was all happening, comedy of errors. Across the line. A few questions being asked. Qatar one short of 100 now. 99 for 3. Last 2 overs to go with the series. Out of sight now. Full toss there, played away through the onside, and another boundary for the captain. There's been a silver lining for her side all throughout this series, and as a batter and a bowler, performed extremely well. Safe to say she's been the pick of the batters for them. Across the line she goes. Just a single this time. Looking for the second, was never really on. Single then. In fact, they will be looking to come back for the second. Yes, they do. End of over number 19, 107 for 3. After 19. Well, the last over of the innings coming up, Qatar requiring an almost impossible 49 as Hina Javed comes into ball and she picks up a wicket. Not many celebrations going on in the field because they are aware that this game is well and truly done and dusted. Going across the line, the Qatari captain. And not getting the connection she was after. The ball going through that swing of hers. And that brings to the crease Jacobs. Run out opportunity. They've been better with their running, Qatar, in this game so far. Sheeta has been another silver lining for Qatar in this game so far. She's not out on 41 of 42 deliveries. Has hit 2 fours and he picked up wickets as well earlier with a right arm leg spin. 3 wickets. They're coming back for the second. Will get back quite comfortably. Should be hoping to score a 50 to give her something to cheer about. Through the onside she goes. Just another couple of runs. 3 more deliveries left in this contest after this, as they keep getting singles, doubles in this over. Lots of them. She's nearing her half century now. She's on 47, 45 deliveries she's faced. Krishita goes down the track. And a run-out opportunity. Surely short of a crease. Krishita won't be scoring a half century. And with that, the Qatar innings comes to a close as well. And Oman have successfully managed to wrap up the series in the third game. They've been thoroughly professional all throughout this series. Extremely well played, be it the fielding, bowling or batting. They've ticked a lot of boxes in this series, and hence why emerged as worthy winners. Qatar ending their innings on 114 for 4 in their allotted 20 overs. Right, we'll be taking a short break. We'll be back with the presentation. Hello and welcome to the post-match presentation here for the third T20I between Qatar women and Omani women. A series wrapped up by Oman in this game, and what a fantastic performance. Once again, they ticked all the boxes, whether it's in the bowling, batting or fielding. Hard luck to Qatar. They played really well, particularly in the first two games, but it wasn't to be in this particular contest. Oman winning the toss and scoring 155 for 6. Qatar unable to chase that one down and falling short. Could I please, on that note, call upon the Qatari captain, Aisha, to please come forward and have a few words. Aisha, tough luck, a serious loss, but I'm sure there are lots of learning points and silver linings.
Mostly we have the under 15s and under 19s playing with us. We are trying to present quality bowlers and batters as well. So it's taking time for them to come back. But soon, inshallah, they'll be performing. And I think the place where it's lacking is the bowling and the fielding. So that's what we need to work on. Yeah.
Some people were asking why you didn't come out to bat earlier, particularly because you were hitting the ball so well when you eventually did.
Because even yesterday we have seen Krishita hitting very well during those limited balls, but I thought she will cover it up. But she has done really tremendous. I think 47 she has made. So yeah, hopefully in the next one she'll do better.
You've still got 2 more games for redemption. All the very best.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Can I now please call upon the winning captain, Priyanka, to come forward and have a few words? Priyanka, 3 in 3. How does it feel?
I don't think I can express the feeling, but I think my girls are really amazing. They're really dedicated. They really put forward their strength, their entire, glory to the point, and kudos to all of them.
And we saw that you won the toss today, bat hit first for a change, and also we saw you coming into the attack inside the power play. Was that a change in plan that was thought about after looking at how the Qatari spinners were going?
Yeah, I think our paces had gotten a little beaten up, so we decided to get in the spinners early on the wicket to put some pressure on them, and that's how the game went forward, as planned.
Thank you very much for the chat, and all the very best for the rest of the series.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, now time for the Player of the Match award. We had some tremendous performances all throughout this contest. We had JD Gunasekar as usual, stepping up, scoring 58 runs of just 48 deliveries and picking up a wicket as well. There was Samira Khan, who chipped in with 41 runs of just the 29 deliveries. But today there was one name that stood out from the Qatari side, Krishita Sarvana Kumar, picking up 3 wickets for 20 runs and scoring 47 runs, and that's our Player of the Match for today. Could I please invite Krishita? And I would also like to invite the chief guest for the day, Ms. Shivani Kumar, to come forward and present the award. Krishita, can we have a few words with you? Well, not the result you were after, but you must be immensely satisfied with your performance.
I mean, yeah, it was good, but then, you don't score, if the team doesn't win, then, it's not useful. So, yeah.
Where do you think it's lacking, and what do you think the team needs to do to pull off a victory finally?
I think the extras, we should control it more, and, yeah, that's all.
Well, Krishita, we really enjoyed watching you bat and bowl as well, and we would like to wish you all the very best for the remaining 2 games in the series.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that's all we have from the presentation ceremony. We have the Qatari men taking on Bahrain tomorrow. Don't miss that contest. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.